What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy David of The Hype. I'm here with my dog, JVaz.
What's up, world?
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, go ahead.
And I'm here with the lovely Melissa of Houston Drip Sauce fame. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode as we discuss real talk, real conversations about everyday topics, and we brought some to you guys last week, and I think we just going right in. You want to just go right into it?
Jump right into it.
So this is really for my fellas and my ladies as well. I want to get both sides, but guys, if you propose to your girl and she says no, is it over? Do you stick around? We got a lot of responses. I don't know what it was on TikTok, but I know for the most part on Instagram it was like it's over.
It's got to be over. So let me ask Melissa a question since she's our guest. So whenever, obviously, if you're gonna propose, you've had this conversation before, but y'all be changing y'all's minds, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe I should have asked you this question. So let's say you talk about it beforehand. And then the day finally comes, you get cold feet. Can you really be mad at somebody for wanting to leave?
Yeah, I would be upset because it's like, why lead up to that day to tell me? Why not, wait? Because so much money goes into weddings, much money. So if you don't show up, you better pay this bill.
I mean, of course, there's like a lot of people had questions, right? There was a lot of variables, like why. A lot of people were like, why did she say no? And I was like, well, I would like to know myself, honestly, but I don't think it matters why, because I think I would just like to know for myself.
Yeah. I feel like if you're doubting yourself that you want to be with me, or you want to say, if there's any doubt in your mind, then that's a clear no.
Yeah.
Because I feel like anything less than a yes, it's a no.
Yeah.
There's no, let me think about it. It's not the right time. Okay, then it's a no. It's just a no.
Yeah.
For whatever the reason might be, it's, at the end of the day, it's a no.
Yeah.
Let me read a comment from our viewers, man.
Talk to us.
This is from your boy, Zach100. Shout out to my bro, Zach.
Shouts out.
He says, yo, I'm ready for this one. I will say the relationship is over because if the man is ready to commit, that means he is emotionally, physically, and spiritually invested in you. If it is not reciprocated, then you are not as interested in him.
Correct.
Is that true? Y'all find that to be true, or?
Yeah, I would, but I would want to know what the circumstances, because I feel like girls are always so big on getting married and to get proposed to. So if she was to say no, there must be some real red flags there.
I'm going to tell y'all what happened to me, but that's going to create a transition. So I'm going to let y'all.
You're going to wait till we
Yeah, so we're a little bit closer to the transition.
So let me read another comment, and this is really like on the flip side of that response. This is from Carissa. Shout out to Carissa on Instagram. She is the salty blonde. So shout out to her. She says, no, it should not be a deal breaker because maybe the woman sees that the man is not ready to lead his family. Is the man proposing because he is ready to be a husband? However, we should be dating to marry, so these things should have been discussed.
Correct.
So I can see that too, because maybe she thinks, well, I don't think you're ready, but the guy might think he's ready. Yeah. But I know as a guy, if I propose and you say no, I think I'm out. Like, I think it's just, no, I don't think I know. I'm like, no, because nobody tells me no.
So
nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
So let's say you're out, you planted this out, right? Let's say you planted out the proposal.
Yeah, because you got to go out and buy the ring, the engagement ring, the whole nine.
And let's say you're out in Niagara Falls about to propose. She says no. You leave her there?
Would I leave her there?
Yeah.
My mind's telling me. I'm gonna start singing some R. Kelly. My mind's telling me, my body. No, that's a good question. I don't think I would, but I think if I was upset enough, hey, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I gotta go get something. And I'm on the next flight smoking back to the north side to participate in some ratchetivities.
Yeah.
As animes would say.
How would you feel if they left you there?
I would be pissed. Oh, yeah, I would be pissed.
She looked at me like I was gonna do that. Like, wait a minute, I'm
But how can you be pissed when you just?
Because it's like, don't be upset. There's obviously a reason why I'm telling you no. You know, so if you can't really have a heart to heart with me, and you can't get a clear understanding and see it from my point, then yeah, we shouldn't get married. You know, there should be a real conversation. You know, it shouldn't be over. Like, I obviously want to be with you. And if I'm just
Keep wasting our time?
no, but I don't think it's wasting time. Unless, yeah, it is wasting time. Unless you're just playing with him, then that's a whole different story. But if you're
Hey,
still
but on the
about
cool-
Because women are so cold-hearted. Let me tell you something. I have a friend. And she was telling me how she met this dude. The dude seems like a nice guy, but he wants something serious. And this is her words, not mine. And she was like, he wants something serious, and I want more of a friends with benefits. What do you think? And I was like, leave that man alone.
Yeah.
Like, just leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you want to have fun, but if that's what you want to do and he doesn't,
Yeah.
leave him alone.
No, for sure.
Let him figure it out with somebody else, because y'all fuck us up.
No, I think it goes the other way too. Like, same goes for y'all. Like, if y'all guys don't want to commit and you want to still have fun, you still want to be on Washington Street or whatever, you know, living it up.
Not
cool.
Washington Street.
But
Not
you know,
Washington.
it's like, keep
Shout out
it
to everybody on
real.
Washington.
You got to keep it real. If you're not going to keep it real, then girls, the moment we meet you and you do something sweet, that's it. We already plan our whole like life with you.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy.
Losers.
Look,
for real.
if a guy, I think when a guy proposes, it's because emotionally he's there, because we're not really emotional creatures
Correct.
to begin with. So if we're proposing, it's like, damn, I think she's
I think
the
it's
one.
because he doesn't want her to go, like, to get away.
Okay, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
So again, this is coming from the salty blonde, Carissa. She says, I say this because my ex-husband proposed because I was on my way out the door. After we divorced, he admitted he was not a great husband and he didn't know how to be one. He wasn't ready. But because he knew he could be losing her, he went ahead and popped the question.
Yeah.
But knowing you weren't ready really to
Yeah.
be that guy. So I could see the flip side as why some women will say no, because maybe they feel that they're not ready. And if he's not the one, then I think you are wasting time.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah. So.
Sometimes we want our person that we fall for to be the one. And we have those high expectations. So it's like we'll try to do anything and everything to make it work. And then they do marriage. And that's why marriages don't last. Because it's like you have such high expectations.
People don't try either nowadays.
Yeah, they don't. Because it's so easy.
It's
for
so easy
Yeah.
to get out
go
of it.
get something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but when I say that, let me clear that up, because the other day I said that on Facebook. If you're getting abused or cheated on, then there's no reason to try any harder. Just
Yeah.
leave.
Bye.
For sure.
Yeah, because somebody's like, oh, what if? I'm like, no, I'm not. If you're
I
getting
condone it.
abused, then just let it go. I'm not saying suck it up, because they were like, this is not.
Learn to take a
Yeah.
punch.
Can't even take a punch nowadays. Damn.
Damn.
Come on.
Take some
Not
boxing
cool.
lessons. You know? Bob and weave.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm gonna read one more comment because there's a lot, but I was like, nah, these are actually pretty good ones. This is from Cuban Diva. Shout out to Cuban Diva.
That's that.
This is how I think. I don't believe in the traditional get married then live together. I believe in live together to see people's true colors and then see if you want to get married to that person.
Nah.
You're not going to test the car?
Not by living with them.
Yeah. Some people think that way though. I think they think
Yeah.
like it's let me live with them to see. Because let's be honest, if you lived with another person, if you lived with your significant other, things did change. You know, you start to notice different. You know, they get comfortable and start to fart around you. You know, doing crazy shit. You know, not bathing for a few days. Like, whoa, where did that come from? You used to be clean. We used to go out. Now we live together. You don't even want to take a shower. Like, nah, you got to wash your ass, like
Yeah.
Red Fox used to say. But so but I think that's what's kind of messed up the whole marriage thing is that the definition of it has changed so much that people, everybody's definition is different now.
Yeah.
I don't want to live with nobody that I'm not ready to be with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're sharing everything, your space, your life,
Man, look.
your personal, like, space, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. That's too much.
That's too
I don't want to do that. I'm like, I don't want to do that because then when it's over,
I think that's a new way of thinking, right? I think that's more or less
that's
like
definitely because everybody tries it out now. Like, oh, let's live together.
Yeah.
They know each other for a month and then they're living together. Like,
Yeah.
nah, fuck that.
Yeah. So how long for you? How long until you would be ready to move in with somebody? And how long do you think it takes for you to know that you want to marry the person?
Ooh, go on, girl. Look at
All right. Well, I was with somebody for 6 years. In year 4, I was ready to get married. Year 4. I'm weird. At first I didn't even though I was ready, I didn't want to do it because I felt like I had nothing to offer in the way of I didn't have a house, all this other stuff,
Yeah.
right? So I always had my stuff planned out. Like first I'm gonna get the house, then I can because her family wasn't big on me to begin with, right? The their income is not secure.
Yeah.
They feel like I came from a family where my dad gave me everything. That I was hijo de papi, what they called me, right? Not true. My dad passed away, and I'm still out here. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely not true. But that's how they felt about me. So I felt like I had a lot to prove, right? I don't know. I would say it's different with everybody.
Yeah.
It's different with everybody. This person was somebody that I knew since I was 18. You know what I mean? So if that took 4 years,
Yeah.
somebody that have no idea who they are, I don't know how long it'll take.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, that's, I don't know, 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we first did the initial questions here, we were recording ourselves doing it. We were
Let's
outside.
ask the cleaning lady.
We were outside. we were outside. Let's ask her what she thinks. Like, váyanse a la verga. Yo ni estoy yo me casé 3 veces. Damn. I mean, perdón. So the question was like, well, what if you was with someone X amount of time? It's like, if in 5 years you're not sure, then I think I would even think 4 years. In 4 years you're not 100% entirely sure that you're ready to go. And one last little piece of a comment from shout out to Spaceman Apollo. He put, I mean, it's about communication, and I'm gonna leave it at that because that's really where we lack so much these days is just having that
Communication
that
is
dialogue.
key.
Yeah.
Communication is key.
Because if I'm gonna pop the question, I'm knowing that I'm pretty much 99% sure you're gonna say yes, and if you say no, I'm probably shocked. Like, whoa, where did this come from? What happened? Where's the disconnect?
Yeah.
But for the most part,
and if you're gonna preach communication, you got to be good at it too.
yeah,
Not me getting defensive.
yeah,
Don't talk about communication if you're not gonna practice what you preach.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because
Can't even text me back.
Sometimes you gotta take your pride out of it too, because I feel like people's pride
Fuck
and
that.
ego. Yeah.
I feel attacked. Nah.
What do you know?
No, for real. Because
know her?
sometimes
Tell
when
me.
people feel like in defense mode, their defense mechanism is to not talk or
Yeah.
ghost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Do you
some
know her?
people pop-
Do you know her?
must
Some
know
people
her.
just pop off, and just
Yeah.
react on emotion. So
Man, it was crazy because, so let's talk about this other one. This is going to make the transition.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it's a deal breaker because y'all care about things that, well, I'm speaking for myself. I don't know, other men might care about stuff like this. But a lot of the stuff that my ex cared about, I could give 2 shits about. Stuff that she was concerned about, right? I was the youngest child, so I was spoiled to the point where she would get mad if I hired somebody to mow the yard. You mow it yourself. Man, fuck that. It's hot as fuck out here.
Yeah.
Well, and then she's like, if we have a kid, we need to teach him. I'm like, my dad taught me everything.
yeah.
I know how to change the tire. I know how to mow the yard, but I'm not gonna do it. It's hot as fuck out there. So then that was one of her things. Well, when we have a kid, we got to teach them. Like, look, man, if I have a kid, I'm not gonna force them to mow the yard when it's 130 degrees outside. I'm not gonna do it. I didn't care about that. Right? I'm gonna raise my child however the hell I raise it. It's not that big of a deal, to me.
Yeah.
And then religion. I was not religious enough for her and her family. Right? Like I wasn't the Catholic they wanted me to be. I grew up Catholic, but I was never forced into the religion.
Fornicator.
It was I was never forced into the religion. I hardly go to church.
Yeah.
And when I do go, I have all these arguments. I'm like, man, that priest is foolish shit. Like the stuff they say don't make no sense to me. So all that was a deal breaker. All right. We don't care about things like that, I feel like. At least I don't. If I like you, I like you. We'll work everything else later on. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'll go to church with you and your mom because I'm being supportive of your religion. Oh, but I want you to go because it comes from the heart. Well, it doesn't. Yeah. Be happy that I'm here to be supportive. Yeah. Or be happy that I'm trying. Yeah. Women are complicated. So that brings us to...
As long as you're trying, I think that should be like a start. But I think, some people can't accept that. They want you to do even more. And especially if she comes from a religious, family, she expects it, because that's what she sees all her other family and friends do.
And it's crazy that they'll let something like that. And sometimes it's not entirely them. It's the parents.
Yep.
That.
Yeah.
Shouts out to her mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to, super Christian. She probably threw holy water at him. He's like, coming to pick her up. Del Diablo.
You're like, it's always hot in here.
It's always hot when you come. When you come to the house, it's always like, it's hot,
Yeah.
But,
which brings us to our new topic. Yeah. Take us in there, David.
So, our next topic, I actually like, we could have gone on. How important is religion to you? Can you date outside your religion? Like I once dated a Satanist, and that was kind of weird. By the way, I'm kidding.
Really?
I'm kidding.
I was about to say, what the fuck?
I could have made it up too.
You could have kept going, bro.
I could show you the scars.
That's why I wear this hat up to this day. The horns.
I could show you the scars, the battle wounds. No, that for me, I don't think it's that important to me, honestly. But we can't be complete polar opposites either.
Correct.
Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm a Buddhist and I'm Christian. It's like that's very different.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's not too many people that take religion that serious to begin with anyway for it to be a actual factor. But I get your point as to how it can be a deal breaker. Like, could you date someone and if they are serious, that's going to be an obstacle because they're going to try to impose that on you.
And then marriage, how's that going to work? Are you going to get married under this religion?
Yeah.
Or this religion?
Yeah.
If that's, I don't know.
Are we getting married in the church or are we, or
the lake?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in the lake. Never mind. I was like, I was going to go somewhere where we didn't really.
Have y'all ever dated anybody outside y'all's religion? Even when it didn't matter? Like when y'all were younger?
See, I'm just like you. I didn't really grow up in the church. Like it was kind of taught to us Catholics. We only went quinceañeras and weddings, right? So it was never like a big thing to me. But I will say within the past 3 years, I have been starting to go to church. And I never really cared if anybody else went to church or didn't go to church. But I realized the ones that don't go to church, our life goals are not in line. Yeah. You know what I mean? Our morals are not in line. So I could see that conflicting, But if you're completely two different religions, that's a huge complication. But if you're willing to compromise, then yeah, y'all guys should get married.
And then think about compromising. You got to be consistent.
Yeah.
And you got to think of long-term compromising because you can't compromise today.
Yeah.
And then
later on,
once you're in, change because then that's going to be a conflict.
Yeah.
I think God's been trying to talk to me. Tell y'all why.
He has.
The last 4 people that I've attempted to talk to have all been religious people. And I just, because it's not going to work. Yeah. I already had one bad experience. Started talking to this one chick. She was Christian. And she wanted everything was like, oh, you seek God. And I was like, oh, God. Can anything just be...
Yeah.
Can we not have this conversation every time something happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one breaks my heart because everything was perfect. And I've been knowing she's Jehovah's Witness. I've been knowing that. And I didn't text her for Christmas because I was like, I know they don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
I didn't text her for Thanksgiving, but I'm like, New Year's. That's just a New Year. It's not really, to me, it's not a religion thing. It's just a New Year, whatever. And she hits me with the whole, it's not, they don't celebrate. Then I was like, the fuck do y'all celebrate?
Yeah, they don't.
That couldn't work for me. Because me and my family like to have random parties throughout the year.
Yeah.
with no meaning behind them, and obviously for their religion, it's kind of like, nah, we don't celebrate.
They were more like reserved as well, like how they dress,
Yeah.
how they condone with other people. Yeah, I could see that being difficult, and it just be
That
like,
is,
not gonna work.
especially when you're used to living a certain way. Like you said, I'm used to partying. I'm used to.
She's not gonna understand your Theo that's all drunk in the corner.
Correct.
Yeah,
My brother.
exactly.
We don't gotta go that far. My brother.
Yeah, my brother. Like, forget my Theo. You gotta see my brother first.
Hey, this is a hilarious story. 3 years ago, my dad been passed for 3, so 5 years ago, my ex brought her mom over for the first time as a family. Like my parents knew her, but we had never been together like that. And her parents are divorced, so she only brought her mom. And then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna spend New Year's. I'm gonna bring my mom." I was like, "That's cool, not a problem." As a kid, whenever my brothers, my sisters, family, future in-laws came over, first thing they would tell me, "Hey, behave, act right. We're gonna have them over. First impression."
Yeah.
I'm the youngest, so I had to put up with everybody getting married and me seeing them and me acting right. So I tell my parents that, "Hey, her mom's gonna, come over. We're gonna spend New Year's with all my family, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
No big deal. In comes my brother. 8 p.m. already drunk as fuck. Drunk as fuck. My little nephew behind him with the beer cooler, and my brother's like telling everybody he loves them and
Yeah.
making his jokes and that nobody.
Wait, yo te quiero ver.
Then my grandma's there, so he's over there with my grandma. Like, queremos mucho, abuela, blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I'm like, bro, this is horrible. Because this lady's a heavy Catholic lady, and she's big into her religion. And here's my brother tore up at 8 p.m.
Well, see, I don't get that because, like, I've been to, what do they call them, the bazaars, and they sell beer at the bazaars
Yeah.
at the Catholic
Oh, yeah.
Church. So,
Well,
Talking about
to,
Saint Joseph.
to be fair,
all of
this
them.
was me
Shout
thinking-
out the holy name.
this was me thinking
St.
that.
Patrick's.
but a couple days later, my ex-girl was like, "Hey, mom loved the environment at your house. She loved that all you guys got along. How upbeat your brother was." I was like, "He wasn't upbeat. He was drunk."
Yeah.
He was
If that's what you want to call it, if that's what you want to
Yeah,
call
if that's what you
If
want
it.
to
If that's
call
what
it.
you wanna call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was upbeat last night then, if that's the case. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, that was a hell of an experience.
See, I did grow up in the church. Let me tell you, them church girls. Woo. Well, anyway, that was besides the point.
You're a married man.
Yeah,
married
I
man
was
now.
kind of going to another, different. But it is different, man, because there's a lot of religions that try to pair you up, and they want to pair you up with the same religion. Of course, someone in the same religion, especially in the church, especially if y'all go to the same church. Oh, y'all should go together. Y'all are good.
Yeah.
Like moms really be trying to play matchmaker.
Yeah.
And that type of thing. Like, man, I don't like that girl. That girl ugly. She's third world ugly. Like, well,
Third world ugly.
she might know the Bible front to back, but no, I can't.
Oh, that's funny, but you're right. I've seen that happen. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that all that is a conflict, man.
See,
it definitely is.
I was very happy and proud that I grew up in a household where my dad's family was Jehovah Witness. Mom was Catholic. Dad got out of that religion. Dad wasn't any religion. Dad was just, he believed in God. And I think that's where I'm at in my life now. And whenever the Jehovah Witness would come to the house, he'll let them in, have the conversation with them. And he would always tell us, like, you got to have these conversations because if you don't listen to their side, you don't know why you're following a religion unless you study it and unless you're willing to listen to everybody else. He will let the Mormons in, any religion. And I was always happy, like, my dad's open-minded, bro. Like, this shit is cool.
Yeah.
And then when I told one of the Christian girls that I met a couple years ago, or last year, whatever the hell I met her, she was like, "Oh, no, that's not right. Because if you're a Christian," I'm like, "No, that's what's wrong with y'all.
Yeah.
Because you're not open-minded to listen to anybody else. You just want it your way and your way only." And
Yeah.
You're right, because I remember at one point I was like that. Everything was the devil, like Waterboy's mama. Mama say,
mama say
girl is the devil, and I was like, nah. But as you get older and you start to kind of have these conversations with different people, and you go outside your environment, outside of your comfort zone, you realize, like, bro, people really grow up different. They don't grow up like you, and that's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to have these conversations. It's okay to talk about it. And although we may not agree, it's like even with these topics, let's say we don't agree on a certain topic, it's cool. We can still, we can still get along and we can still continue to move forward.
Yeah.
We just can speak. If we can speak our mind respectfully, there's nothing wrong with that. But, relationships are so hard because there's so many obstacles, and religion can definitely be one that can be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that you talk about in the beginning. But then again, you could say, well, I'm Christian and you're not really Christian. Like you out partying.
To your you can't be Christian to your convenience. You have to be all in or don't claim it.
Yeah, so don't try to put it on me when it's convenient to you.
Correct.
That type of thing,
In the Bible, it says, oh, get out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I use, like, whenever I go to church, I use it more as, like, a moral compass, if that makes sense, right? Like, I feel like my parents didn't, like, teach me about a lot of things in life. And so whenever I go, I feel like it just kind of, like, aligns you with what you're supposed to do. Like, what's morally right, like, to help others and to love one another and treat each other, with respect and, how he would want us to do. But it's kind of like, I feel like with us not having morals anymore, that's where relationships fail as well.
Correct.
Because if you don't have any morals, then, marriage, it doesn't mean nothing. It's just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for the last few years. We live in such a me society, and it's been like that for years now, where none of that matters. Like, I don't care what your morals are. I'm going to try to get whatever I can out of the situation.
Yeah, everybody's
out of the relationship, some people really get married because they're being taken care of by the spouse.
People don't love people no more.
Nah, they're not
people
getting
don't
together
love people.
because they
people
love each
want
other.
people.
Yeah.
But they don't love them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of times it don't work, because I might want you.
Whoa.
you get what I'm saying? I might want you this month.
Breaking news.
But since I don't love you, I might want you next month. But there's no loving, so it's easy to move on from one person because people don't love people no more.
Man, where do y'all think we fell off from that? Because I always think about growing up.
Rap music.
Get on the phone. You'd be on the phone talking till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
I mean, even with rap music, like they talk about how they cheat and stuff like that, but then they get mad because your homeboy ain't loyal. Well, you ain't loyal.
You ain't loyal. I think what
How
happened.
you gonna preach about that?
You're loyal to your boys, but not your girl. Like
we started.
it's kind of
Exactly.
We started to fail when kids started to have kids. I grew up in a household where I knew my mom loved my dad and my dad loved my mom. They were up and down together. They were married for 49 years until my dad passed away. Life wasn't always perfect, but they made it work. Yeah. Dad would help in the house. It wasn't you're the woman. It was like if mom needed help cleaning, dad would be cleaning, mom would be cooking. There was never her demanding for him to do something or him demanding for her to do something. It was actual love. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And now when you start having kids, the kids don't grow up seeing that no more. So how can you, like, what I expect out of
when they weren't taught that, and it's funny you say that because I was watching the movie Gran Torino the other day. It's an older movie with Clint Eastwood, and
I love how you explain that. It's an older movie.
Yeah, it's an older movie.
Have anybody seen it?
I mean, has anybody seen it? No?
I think I've seen the preview, like on Amazon Prime, or
like
whatever.
on VHS. Like damn, it wasn't that old. But anyway, there's so in the movie, his wife had passed, and the priest was like this young kid, bro. He had to been in his 20s. Was coming to him. Yeah, I would like to talk to you. And he's like, yeah, you got nothing to talk about, boy. You don't know nothing about life. You just graduated from seminary. What can you possibly teach me about life when I'm 70 years old or whatever, And that goes to the point of, like you said, the babies having babies. These youngsters are having kids more and more often than not, but they haven't even experienced life.
Correct.
So how do you teach your child something that you've never been through?
It's kind of It's kind of like racism. Kids only know, if you pay attention to a kid, they're gonna hang out with any kid on the playground.
Yeah.
But if they're being fed to be racist, damn, they're gonna start acting like racists, right? So if you grow up in a household where you see love, you're gonna grow up looking for that love and wanting to give that love. Yeah. But if you don't grow up in that environment, you don't know what that is. Yeah. So
We hear it all
you
the time
can't.
with domestic violence. We hear it all the time. Like to them, their mom might have got beat. So when that happens to them, they think that's the norm. They think that
Yeah.
that's love, and it's really not. You
Yeah.
know, and it's because of what they seen in their past experiences. You know, growing up, it's like you said, you see love. Shoot, that's what it is. Like it was love in my family. You know, I got 5 sisters. You know, my daddy's traditional Mexican. Didn't really show no love, no emotion. He was on my ass all the time about stuff. Pause, and it was like,
Not pause.
you know, yeah, I got because I'm gonna get them DMs and them tell, oh, you didn't even say pause, bro. But so before he passed, he eventually he became a Christian and he became a follower of Christ and really just really to his dying breath, bro. He was still preaching to the nurses, to the doctors, testifying about his life, but he started to show emotion towards the end. You know, he'd hug us, kiss us. Not saying he never did before, but it wasn't as often as I guess we do it. I know I do it with my kids now. Like I hug them and kiss them all the time to the point where they get annoyed by it. But I'm like, shit, I'm gonna show you this love because I didn't really get that growing up.
Yeah.
Can you imagine his upbringing?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
when my
his
kids have
upbringing.
kids, they'll show that same type of love, you know. But again, I don't even blame my dad because growing up, that's not what he was taught or he was known. Because my grandfather would, you know, we go to Mexico, he sit on the couch, and you know, he got that face like he's just mad. Like, is he mad? Like, I think so.
What do we do? Did we leave
Yeah,
the
what
door
do we
open?
do? Like,
I feel like we're all trying to just do better than what our parents did.
Correct.
Right? So, like, our parents try to do better than what their parents did.
yeah,
And really, like, we were all in survival mode. Like, at least my generation, I felt like we were, like, the last one in survival mode. And then after that, like, these new generations, like, they pretty much have a silver spoon, you know? They do, and it's because we don't want them to suffer. Like,
We sound
suffer.
old. Hold on, we sound
I
old. This
know.
new generation.
Right?
Back in
And,
my
I mean,
day.
back in my day.
In reality, yeah, you know?
Speaking of which, I gotta take my meds. No.
I mean, I have freaking 17-year-olds, and I was one of the ones that were having babies.
17-year-olds.
Yeah, I had twins at 16, so I was a baby that having babies. You
That's
know?
what we was talking about earlier. No, like,
Yeah, and so I really had to grow up really fast, but part of that was like, man, I don't want my kids to grow up like I grew up. So
Yeah.
I had to change on how I grew up and how I learned to love, and it's not easy, you know what I mean?
and I applaud you for that because some people really will take the easy way out and not even give a shit. Like, well, shit, it ain't my. I've heard some of the homies say that, like,
I've
oh, well,
even
shit.
had friends that are females that like, no, I still want to live my life. Like they have a dad, their dad can take care of them because you know they're boys
Damn.
or whatever. I'm like, nah, like I could never dip on my kids.
Well, I can understand that if the man is a good, respectable man, you know, like if he's a piece of shit, then don't
Yeah,
even.
but for her to go party and stuff, like, nah.
Yeah.
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 Bust down Tatiana.
Speaking of deal breakers, what would be a deal breaker for y'all in a relationship?
If she were part of that religion that don't wear deodorant, that would be a deal breaker. Because man, look, you can't be funky around
This
this.
guy, I'm like this. But I mean, yeah, no,
I mean, look, I'm just
Yeah.
keeping it funky.
never thought of that, but you're right.
I think for me, it would be just trust. Like, if I feel like I can't trust you, I just can't be around you like
Yeah.
that. I've had so much, like, phony people around, and
Yeah.
that's life, right? But if you're going to be, like, the person I'm going to spend, like, time with, you know, and nah, I got to have trust. That's my deal breaker.
I think if they're not a supportive spouse, like, you know, shout out to my wife, she very supportive of. I'm sure she would love more than anything for me to be at home right now instead of filming, as my kids would too, especially the little ones. But she understands what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to do. And she's supportive. She'll watch every episode of what I do. So sometimes I'll be saying some wild shit and she'll be like, text me, like, really? And I'm just like, you know. And I'm like, damn, did I say that? Like, I was under the influence, you know.
I don't know what JVaz put in my
Yeah, I
water,
don't know
but
what JVaz gave
goddamn.
me this water. But to have, because being in the entertainment industry, I've met female artists who literally will tell me they want to pursue their career, but whoever they're with won't allow them to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like how? In my mind, how can you be with someone that doesn't support your dream?
Yeah.
Man, I had a friend. I have a friend. He's still a friend.
What's his name? No.
Have a friend. He came up to me one day and he was like, "Hey, bro, I need some advice." I said, "What you got?" He's like, "Man, I've been married 5 years now." I said, "Okay." I had just met this guy. I was working with him. Like I had started the job maybe 3 months prior to that, and we became, huh?
No, put it on you.
It's not on me?
No.
Okay.
There you
So I like put it on me. Why on me? Nah. So,
talking.
so I met this guy and he was like, hey, you know, just I feel like I can trust you. And I was like, okay. And then he tells me, this is before we were real cool friends, and he's like, hey, my wife, I tell her I want to go to college and she laughs at me.
Damn.
And I was like, she laughs at you? She's like, yeah. She's like, what for? You're 32. And I was like, she's acting like that's old, bro. Like, what the fuck? And then he's like, no, she don't support anything I do. She thinks I should just work and take care of her and the kids. She doesn't believe in me trying to build a future for them. What would you do? I said, shit, leave her.
Yeah.
I'll leave her, bro. He's like, really? I was like, same thing I told my brother. Like, leave her. She's not supportive. She's not showing that she care about you. Man, fuck them kids. They're gonna grow up anyways. Like, well, no.
Well, that's the tough part because there's kids involved, right?
But this is what I tell my brother. The kids are gonna grow up anyways, bro. As long as you're a good dad and you keep a good relationship with the mom, it's okay. But you can't fucking let your life go to waste, live miserably, thinking of how these kids are gonna end up moving out, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can see that.
I'm not saying be a shitty parent.
Yeah.
I'm just saying think about yourself. Because those kids are going to think about themselves when they move out.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
It's easy for me to say because I ain't got kids, by the way. So it's easy for me to say.
What about if he would have told her, I'm gonna do it anyway. If you want to stay, you can stay in support, or if you want to leave, you can leave.
I mean, that's what he should say, right?
You know, instead of saying, well, I'm gonna bounce, I'm gonna quit the relationship. Like, nah, I'm gonna chase my dream.
I'm a shitty person, huh?
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm a shitty. He say, yeah.
I'm a shitty person. Like, yeah. Like, so don't listen to him. No, I'm kidding.
He listens to me.
You know, he listened to him.
He got a divorce.
He's a great dad.
Yeah, I mean,
He dropped out of college.
Look, the dude takes care of his kids. He's a good father. But he's out here living happily now. He's no longer miserable.
No.
And the kids are happy.
Life's too short to be miserable and stuck with someone that you're not happy with.
Correct.
And that's, I don't care what it is, man. Like the nagging and the, that just means that person is miserable. And there's a lot of variables because it's like, are you miserable because you're with me and I'm not doing my job as a husband or as a boyfriend or whatever to
Half of the time, yes.
make you happy? Look,
Half
damn.
of the time, yes.
Well, show's over. She already said it. She's like calling you,
Like
you.
that, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's
No, yeah, I agree. I think everybody is like on their own journey, right? So if you find somebody along the journey that you can share this journey with and actually enjoy life with and not so much like giving each other fucking hell, you know what I mean? That's the one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to bring someone's mental like health down, especially if they already are going through their own things. You know, it's like, man, you can really mess somebody up, you know? And if you're not ready for that person, then don't.
Yeah.
You know?
What's the quickest you left someone? Like how long were you with someone where you just said, I'm gone. I can't do this anymore. Like how long were you with someone but the quickest like
actually in a relationship.
yeah, you were in a relationship and then you just said, I don't care if it was a week or a month later, you just said, man, I just can't do this. Like I gotta go.
It was over something crazy, like something. That's why I was bringing up the deal breakers. It was like 3 weeks. Then I found out she slept with her dog. And then she's like, I woke up and they was I'm not going to sleep with a fucking dog and wake up with dog throw up on me. Like, no.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Oh, like, never mind.
Yeah.
No, not slept with the dog. No.
I wish y'all could have seen my face when he says she slept with her
like,
dog.
Why would your mind go
I was
there?
like,
Oh, no. Like the dog slept with her
I don't have
in the
pets, so I
bed.
don't know nothing about like.
And then she's like, and then he
That's
throws
weird
up.
too, though.
He throws up, and I gotta wake up and clean it up.
That's even
No,
weirder,
bro,
too.
hell nah.
Do y'all
That
have-
should,
yeah,
yeah, nah. And man, shouts out to my dog, but no,
He's not sleeping.
he
in
is
the bed
not
with-
sleeping in my bed. Motherfucker sleeps outside.
Yeah.
He got his own little house.
That would definitely be a deal breaker.
I don't know. I think the shortest relationship I've ever had was probably like 6 months.
Oh, that's
The longest, 12 years. you
Damn.
know.
I'm over here complaining about 6.
Yeah. We were married after 5 years, and we already had a son, and he helped me raise my 2 older ones. And yeah, trust.
Yeah.
Trust is a big thing.
I think that's tough, man. When you're with someone that long and then it's just like over. I can understand 6 months or a year. Oh, okay, well, it wasn't too bad. You can at least see the good in it at some point, but 12 years, you're thinking, shit, we're retiring together.
We gonna die
motherfucker.
together.
Yeah, we
Went
gonna die
from
together. Ride
my
or die.
teenager
Yeah.
years to my 30s, and it's like when you get out of your 30s, it's like, oh shit,
And the dating pool ain't the same no more. Like the way, we
was
was,
back
well,
then.
at least the way I was, I don't know how old everybody
No.
is, but when I was growing up,
36.
back in my day when we had black and white TV,
Yeah.
For real?
damn.
I'm
Yeah.
like, for real?
Actually, we did. So I'm like,
I mean, we had the big old TVs where you go up there and change it. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember watching
Like
TV.
the wood
on black and
ones that
white.
would have the stereo built
Yeah.
in.
Damn, now I feel old. I am old though, but nah. Yeah, I mean, those are definitely a lot of. There's a lot of really deal breakers. I mean, if she want to be on the scene all the time, there's another one.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you can't be just out every weekend. You want to party, and then you're not even. You acting like Diddy now. You want to
Diddy.
go out there and party, and me and you ain't party. Like, nah, you can stay home, but I'm gonna go out. Like, wait,
Who do y'all think seeks more attention on social media? Men or women?
It's a tough one because guys are hella thirsty.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be all booed up with somebody, but then liking all their homegirls and all the girls on Instagram and accepting
that's a
like
good
the
topic
spam
there.
accounts. Yeah,
I be loving everybody's stuff, but I'm not doing it like
but you
for
gotta
attention or
support.
like I'm
Yeah.
doing it like out of love. Like I really just I can understand how that might come off kind of weird. Like, damn, why you loving? But I look. I'm not even gonna make that.
Well, it's
comment.
only weird, for example, if my girl posted a picture and you love it, but when she posted a picture with me, you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Then it's weird.
Now it's like, because I'm in the
Okay,
picture.
bro. Yeah, like, all right, I
don't
see
really
you.
like him with you.
She got 300 pics on her selfie, but she got 20 with when we
Yeah,
were
that's
together.
true. Yeah, that's true. That would be weird. Yeah, I say both because guys nowadays they really attention seeking more. I think more so than it's kind of neck and neck almost because guys taking selfies now, but
Yeah.
they in the gym and
with
they,
filters. I cannot
With
stand that.
Filter.
And with chapstick, I'm like, stop.
Hey, leave my chapstick alone. Sometimes the lips need it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the lips
wait,
need
take the
it.
camera off me real quick.
I was about to put some on, but never mind. Not in front of Alyssa no more.
Not the filter with the chapstick, though. Don't do that.
One quick comment about the filters. As if the filters wasn't bad enough. Have y'all seen how people starting to make AI pictures their profile pictures?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That shit fucking sad. Why can't you just be happy with who we are?
Yeah.
There's a lot of my friends, female friends that I know that use the most outrageous filters, like where it don't look like them.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why though? Like I don't understand that because you're not. Well, some are, but not all of them are ugly to where you need. Damn, that was bad.
Dang, these
Not
are
all of them are
friends? I'm
ugly.
like,
Damn.
I'm not gonna say who.
He
They
said
don't
that
know who
I
it is.
didn't.
I'm kidding, by the way, just so y'all know.
He is definitely not kidding.
Yeah. Look, damn.
Some of y'all need the filters. That's what he's
We
trying to
gotta cut- We
say.
gotta cut this. Yeah, keep using them.
Since we got two ladies here, do y'all do lip fillers?
No, I don't. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I can talk shit then.
Yeah.
So, at what point is it enough?
Oh, yeah.
I know some girls that are beautiful, but now it's like, okay, Daffy Duck, like the fuck am I? You know, like it's just
Yeah, they're
Too
big.
much.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
we're all over the place today.
We had 2 topics. We didn't hit about 8 in the last 5
Hey,
minutes.
I mean, I kind of thought about getting them, right? But not like to the fullest like that. Like some girls
You think it's
have
addicting?
it like, yeah, supposedly it is addicting.
Because they should be cute at first, and the next thing you know, it's like her lips touching her nose, and it's like
and the bottom they're just like.
it's like fucking 2 sausages just hanging out.
Yeah, that's how. No,
I would
that's how.
just be
What's her
scared
name?
of
Look,
a reaction though, because that's scary.
I saw.
How do you even
T.I.
kiss
on
that?
Instagram, and he put Tiny on, and Tiny came on, and she looked like that. And she's going viral right now because they're making memes out of her. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen
but
it.
I think it's like with her without makeup, and they drew a mustache on one, and they put Ron Jeremy's picture next to her.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was like, why? They were like, why T.I. do his wife like that? Like,
Aw.
put her on live because the internet
he
has
was,
no chill.
He was trying to humble her.
Yeah.
He was trying to humble her.
Look,
That's
baby,
what
you
that
really
was.
ain't all that, baby. I
You
can
say
leave
you wanted to leave me because you had options?
Yeah.
Why don't you come onto my live, see what
Yeah.
kind of
By the
options
way,
you
say
got?
hi to
Like,
the
you are
people.
not gonna go over there with Cardi B. You sit your ass down.
I think if you have to alter how you look, man, that drastically, yeah, it's a no go, man. I think that you're doing too much. Like,
Hey,
you
but
know.
some girls use, that to their advantage. They're making money off of like getting surgery. And,
But see, we go back to morals. At what point do we put a stop to? It's money really worth you?
yeah.
It's anything for the
not.
It's anything for the dollar now. That's another thing.
Yeah.
You know, when we go back to morals, now it's about getting that bag, so to speak. So they're willing to cross whoever just to get that bag. Just to get, and it ain't even really a bag. Even a couple $100.
Well, let me ask y'all guys a question then. So, would you rather date a girl who's not very attractive as far as has like body, like, but she has good morals? Or would you rather date somebody who has a nice figure with a pretty face, but her morals are kind of off?
Wait,
Well-
do you have a picture?
Well, my thing is, it goes back to, I guess the reason I asked about the attention seeking thing. I don't need somebody that needs attention on the internet.
Yeah.
So that goes back to, doesn't matter how beautiful you are, but if you're available to the world just to feed your ego,
Yeah.
then nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it goes back to the statement I made about being a me society. You don't care about me. You just trying to look good.
Correct.
You trying to like get all the attention. You want to go viral, or you want all the likes, and you want to be an influencer, so to speak. But again, then that ties back into the money thing. Like, you're doing it because you want, instead of actually going to
'Cause,
work.
man, imagine how they gonna look when they get old.
Yeah.
We've seen that. I mean, we've seen some of these stars.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who.
Remember Mob Wives? How there was that
Oh,
lady.
yeah.
What's her name? Angela. She had the big old boobs, like the outrageous boobs, the outrageous lips, with the man voice.
Nah,
No?
I never seen
Y'all
it.
guys gotta
I probably
Google
seen
her.
the pic. I probably seen the picture.
Yeah,
I just.
go
I have a friend.
I
She's
don't wanna
beautiful,
Google her.
all natural, beautiful, and then she's like, "I'm gonna get a BBL," and I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Oh, because it's gonna look better. It
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I know a lot of people online be like, "Oh, we don't do it for the men. We do it for us."
Yeah.
You're doing it for the likes, which means you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for other people to approve of how you look.
There's something missing there. That's what I think.
Brain.
Internally,
A fucking brain.
Aside from that, but internally there was something that in their upbringing is not there. That wasn't there to begin with. So like them being self-conscious, they might have been beautiful their whole life. Like just, oh man, you beautiful little girl turns into a beautiful young lady, beautiful woman. But maybe the guy she was with, hey, you ugly, ain't nobody gonna want you. This is beating her into the ground with it. They think that they need that, and it's like, and no matter how much
Confidence boosters.
yeah,
in a way.
and then no matter how much you try to convince them otherwise, there's no seeing it because they're so programmed to think otherwise because
Yeah.
of their upbringing.
I mean, I think girls do it. I mean, definitely for a confidence booster. Maybe God didn't bless them with the body. You know what I mean? So if they can go buy the body, you know what I mean? I think as long as it's not outrageous, like you got a big old butt like Kim Kardashian.
Like if you
You
were
know?
flat and then all of a sudden you got a Kim Kardashian
Like
butt.
if you got a natural looking body, props to you. But like if you got something that was like a little bit too extreme, like no. You don't need to do that.
Man, look, I know I'm gonna catch heat online for this, but who really
You're used to
likes the way? And as I'm saying this, people coming to my head, but some of those asses are just not nice.
Yeah.
It's
It doesn't
it's
look
too
natural.
much.
It
But
doesn't
there's
look
a
natural.
lot of guys that do want those girls that have the perfect body because they want.
But it's not perfect. That shit looks like you're a fucking alien walking on Earth.
All you gotta do is go to the explore page on Instagram or whatever, and you'll see it. You're like, bro, you don't even look normal. You look like a
Yeah,
goddamn.
the thighs
Ants
don't
World.
match. The thighs don't
Yeah.
match. Yeah. or like the body don't match. She got a big upper body.
They
you
can't
know what I
even
mean?
walk. They can't even walk. They're like walking all weird. I would demonstrate, but I'm not.
Like, go ahead. The camera's
Let's
up.
see.
How are they walking?
Hey man, hit the Cash App. In the next episode, I'll show it. All for the bag.
All for the back. Yeah,
Send
all
me
of a
like
sudden,
$2.
Morals out the door.
Morals out the door.
morals out the door. I'm selling myself. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I don't. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, Melissa, you brought some salsa over here. Some of the H-Town. You can give it to her so she can talk to us about it. Talk to us about your brand and the drip sauce.
So Houston drip sauce. I make my own fresh salsa. It's creamy jalapeno dip. A lot of people like to put it on tacos, nachos. I personally make kind of stir the fries with them. It has just the right kick, not too spicy, and I want to put it in stores this year. I really do, either stores or food trucks.
As someone who's bought some from her and have had some, I can honestly say, and I'm not just saying this because she's sitting next to me and she paid me to do this, but
Thank you for the sponsorship, by the way. No.
yeah, but we are sponsored by Houston Drip Sauce. No, it's a dope sauce. We've eaten it with barbacoa tacos. We've eaten
We had it at the taco.
at the tacos and tequila with the Hidden Garden. Shout out to Roger. We put some on that. So yeah, definitely hit her up, man, and place an order. Don't be cheap.
Where can people find it for now? How can they get it?
You can actually order it off of Instagram. Just send me a direct message. Every Friday I do drops. So order yours before Friday so you can get it for this weekend.
And where can they find you on Instagram?
On Houston Drip Sauce.
Houston Drip
On
Sauce.
Facebook and Instagram.
It'll change your life. If not, money back guaranteed. Not by her.
I was not by her.
him.
Not by me either.
David's gonna refund your money.
Yeah.
Definitely, you'll enjoy it.
No, but that's dope. Hopefully we see it in store soon. And again, make sure you guys follow her on social media pages. We'll put the link on the description of the video, description of the podcast. Any last words?
And thank y'all guys so much for having me on here. It's been really, really fun. Appreciate the
Thank you
love
for
and
making
support.
time. Thank you for making time and joining these random conversations.
Yeah, you did good. I'm glad you were able to make this and do this. So I appreciate, we've been since I've met her, she's, we've been working together off and on here and there, very supportive of each other as much as possible. And that's what it's about. It's about just trying to, expand our brands and help each other out, So when she does get in the store, I can just walk in the store and walk out with one and not pay.
Not pay.
I know the owner. I know the person that makes
owner.
it. I'm with the DJ. I'm with the DJ. But thank you guys, man, for tuning in to The Hype. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Well, right now it's Instagram and TikTok at The Hype HTX. Man, and thank you to JVaz, man.
And thank y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us on social media pages at The Hype HTX. I'm JVaz.
Melissa.
And make sure you follow them on social media pages. You're watching The Hype. Let's go.